Hey Aquarius, what's going on? We are here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Six of Swords and Four of Pentacles. Seeing that you are moving into a time of stability, regulation, constancy. It looks too like there's something that you're going to be working on. You can be stabilizing something too. It can be a relatively stable period that you're moving into. All in all, I get the sense that this is going to help you be thinking clearer, seeing more clearly. Okay, I'm seeing you advancing. I'm seeing there be somewhere that you're moving to. It does feel like things can be settling down. You can be moving forward to, especially if you were feeling like stuck within something or that there was some type of stagnation. We also have Four of Pentacles and we have the Hermit. So I'd say that this can be a time where you can be feeling like there's more of a routine that's being established. Like things can feel more like even predictable, I'd say. They can feel more stable. We also have Page of Pentacles and we have Knight of Wands. So I'd say that if there's something that you're working on or something that you're starting or something that you're continuing to do, having Knight of Wands there can really be a big boost of energy. It can be somewhere where you're really going to be focused on this. There can be like a commitment, or there can be an excitement even for you to be doing whatever it is that you're doing over here with the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is usually when you're figuring something out, when you are taking steps focused on what it is that you're wanting to build. Having Knight of Wands there, I'd say that this can be a like full-hearted approach that you're taking to this. You can feel passionate about what you're doing. You can feel energized about what you're doing. You can feel excited about what you're doing. You can feel motivated about what you're doing. Then we also have King of Swords and we have Ace of Swords. So I'd say that this is also helping you focus on what you have going on. I'd say that you're feeling very clear-minded. And then with Judgment and Five of Swords, this can be like a conflict that's being dissected, that you are moving through, just something in general that's being worked through. I'm seeing that it is going to be worked through. We have the Chariot on the bottom of the deck, so this can be a sort of like multi-dimensional approach that you take to figuring something out here. Nonetheless, it does feel like things are being sorted. Okay, I'm seeing something about having to figure out the track that you want to be on. I'm also seeing too, it looks like for some of you, you're going to be leaving a stressful situation. Okay, some of you, this has to do with a partnership that you've been involved with. This can be a track that you're like, I'm actually going to get off of this and I'm going to get onto a different track. When it comes to your commitments, your responsibilities, the stuff that you're tending to, I feel like things in that way are going to be settling down. They can be becoming easy, less restrictive, less stressful. And I also feel like there's going to be, just in general, a time of stability. And this can be reflected in like your resources, it can be in your habits, in your routines, like in your daily life. There's going to be some type of, it can be a quieting that's happening. There can be more that you're processing. And I think too that things are going to become more like still and more routine for you. Although it's not that you're like stepping away and not working on things. Having Page of Pentacles and having Knight of Wands, I'd say that there's actually something that you are very present for, that you're focusing on and that you're working on, and that a lot of your energy is going to be poured into this. And I'd say too that you can be advancing quite quickly, because having that Knight of Wands be connected with Page of Pentacles, this is really like giving the Page of Pentacles a lot of fuel here. So things can actually move at a faster pace than they had been before, just because of that sort of extra energy that's being pushed towards the Page of Pentacles. So that can even mean, well, if I'm not going to be putting my energy into that, I can put it all right here, and I'm seeing things are going to accelerate because of that. And it also feels too like your mind is no longer clouded if it had been, or it's no longer scattered or focused on a bunch of stuff. It feels like it's pretty singularly focused, and I think that's also helping with things too. And you can be like making up your mind or concluding something that you had been trying to resolve, like sort of a puzzle that you had been figuring out. And I'm seeing that you are figuring that out. You are deciding here. So it doesn't seem like it's so much going to be a thing anymore. It feels like things are being squared away now, and whatever had been knotted up is being detangled now at this point as well. There can even be a feeling of like unmasking what had been going on. Clarity on how to move forward. Yeah, I'm even seeing you go into deep thought or reflection about what you're dealing with. This can be about the direction that you're going in. This can be about something that you've been thinking about. And I'm seeing that it's going to help you reach the point that you needed to reach to be able to fully and clearly see everything. So rather than feeling like things are escaping you, this is going to allow everything to sort of fall into place so you can see everything as clearly as you need to see it with that Ace of Swords there. So it leaves you in a place of clarity and truth with the situation, with yourself, so there are no missing pieces anymore. So yeah, you can even be deciding to go into a period of reflection, a period of processing, and that does really help you break through this. So I'm no longer seeing it be sort of like something that's uncracked. I'm seeing you solve the puzzle here. For some of you too, this can be like a problem-solving thing that you've been trying to move through, and I'm definitely seeing this like give you the motivation and the sense of direction that you needed to be able to fully address this, even though it could have been something that was giving you some trouble. Okay. I'm seeing something about an investment that you had made. I think like maybe even in good faith doing this, but then having Five of Cups there can say that something was going on that was like maybe not really what you wanted, and it could have felt hard to like figure out the next steps when there's unprocessed stuff that's going on, you know, like something happening, having certain expectations, things not really meeting your expectations, and then having a hard time sort of like pulling it together and then moving forward, because you could feel focused on like the potential of something and then the lost potential of something. And meanwhile, this gives you an opportunity to work with that side of things, to work with that part of yourself, and to process through things emotionally. But it could have been something that you felt like, I invested and then I lost out on that, and that could have been difficult. However, it feels like processing this is important because you can make a plan that's motivated by what you want it to be motivated by. Having that Ten of Cups there can be doing something that you feel like is connected with your joy and happiness and going in that direction. But it can be hard to focus on that when you're feeling upset about something. So it feels like all of this is sort of coming together to be worked with, but you can feel like even though technically you can move forward at this point, you can feel like emotionally and mentally you may not be in the right spot to be doing that. When you process, it's going to feel easier to do it. Meaning, you know, when something happens and you feel upset about it, and so you almost like don't really care about what's going to be happening in the future, there can be a feeling that's connected with that, almost like it feels difficult to think about my happiness when I'm feeling so upset about this, or when I'm feeling so disappointed about this, or when this didn't work out, that I'm having a hard time even thinking about like me in the future and what I want. So the key to being able to move through this can be to process those feelings so you can catch up to the present moment and sort of restore that hope again so you can keep moving forward. And it will allow you to cultivate the things that you want. I do get this sense of like something not working out, or not working out exactly how you wanted it to, or thought that it was going to, something along the lines of that. It's like, I thought that this was going to work, or I thought that we were going to work together like that, or I thought that things were going to come together, or both of us were going to invest in this, and then that would happen. And it just feels like things didn't fully materialize. And I do get the feeling again of feeling like I put this in and then I like lost out or lucked out in some way. Lucked out. Maybe actually seeing it that way as your perspective changes. I do also feel like this is one of those times where later down the timeline, you're going to look at this and be like, now I understand why things happened the way that they did. But for now, it may be hard for you to see that. And I'm not even saying like attempt to try to see things in that way, but I do get the feeling that this is going to be one of those times where that does happen. But it can be this, I'm having a hard time accepting this because this is what I want and this is what I thought should happen or would happen. It didn't go like that. I'm in the process of reconciling this so I can move forward with things, but I'm having a hard time having my heart open because it feels hurt right now. And so I just want to kind of shut down, and then losing perspective because of that. So processing through this is going to help you move forward and focus on what's important. Because right now you can be having a hard time getting in touch with that just because you need to process. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.